Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Yay. Welcome to Love and Money Live. We are so excited for you all to be with us today. Join us. Give us some love. Thumbs up. Hearts. We love it all. Floating across the side. Yay. That's very good. Yeah, you did good, honey.
Yeah, I can't reverse it, though. Like some
Yay.
people do.
That's true. All right. So today we're going to be talking about 3 ways to get your spouse to talk about money.
Not always an easy thing to do.
It isn't an easy thing. And why isn't it an easy thing?
Well, I think a lot of people avoid it
Yep.
because they don't want to fight about it.
That's right.
I think some people don't want to actually engage with the reality of what their money looks like, good or bad, because sometimes it's just easier not to.
Right.
And so one spouse is like, hey, yeah, we should do this. And
Right.
the other one's like, okay, just make the decisions and I don't care.
Probably the planner type in your relationship
Yeah.
does more of the money stuff. Yep, that's Scott. Yep, absolutely. So today we're going to talk about 3 ways, just 3 little tips to get the conversation going. The other thing I would just want to stress too, it's really important that you talk about your finances together. And the reason is because money impacts just about every decision that you make.
Everyone.
You know, we made a lot today already. You know, we had to decide if our son's going to get some private lessons or not private lessons. There's a money component. Went to the gas station, had to decide low-grade gas or high-grade gas. Money component to that, too. Crazy. So
High, low.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's funny how we're just different that way.
Actually, mid, low.
Well, I do mid. That's right, mid.
I do low, low.
Okay, there
I
you
drive a Chevy, so you know.
Yeah, that's
why,
true.
Why
That's
go
true.
mid or high?
That's true. Good point. All right, so 3 ways to get your spouse interested in the finances, because that's the key. Like, what can we do to kind of trigger that? So the first one is think about your approach, okay? Now, a lot of times when we talk about money, especially for the planner type of person in our relationship, we get into all the nitty gritty number stuff super duper fast.
Too fast.
And it kind of scares the person. And the other thing is oftentimes they are kind of pushed into the meeting. You know, you never talk about finances. We need to sit down and talk about finances. It's like, okay, I'll talk about finances. But no, what we want to do is we want to make it an enjoyable experience. We want to make it something fun for them. We want to make it at something that's not a dread, you know, that they don't dread, but something that can be good. So first of all, starting the approach to it is we're a team. We're a team,
Absolutely.
honey, and that's super important. And we're a team. Our money is a team. We have to look at it as a team, and I would just really, really appreciate it if we could engage in some conversations about it.
I think part of it too is with the approach. Be nice.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I get stressed out with money, and I need to talk about it right now because I just feel like I need to get on my chest. And sometimes I'll just be like, we need to talk about this right now. And
Yeah.
that's like, whoa,
Whoa,
back
whoa.
up the boat there, cowboy. I guess it would be horse if it was cowboy. But anyways, you know what I'm saying. So be nice. Don't yell. Don't come in, you know, looking like this, like I have tended to do in the past. I'm working on it. But I think that when you think about the approach, be nice. Don't be me. Be nice.
Yeah, exactly. Now, another thing too is a lot of times we want to talk to our spouse about money because we think they're doing something wrong. We think that they're spending too much, or
Right.
that's kind of what precipitated the whole conversation. And so if there is some things that you'd like to see changed and stuff, it's really important to put the whole conversation in a level playing field in the sense of saying, you know what, honey, I've made some mistakes in the past, and lists a couple of them. You know, to just kind of open up the conversation so it's not so you need to do this and you need to do that. So think before you talk to your spouse about finances and talk to about how you would like them to be involved in it. Make sure that you think about your approach intentionally
Yeah.
before you talk
Yeah,
to them. All right,
absolutely.
what's number 2, honey?
Your timing. You know that
so
saying,
important.
timing is everything?
Oh, it's
That is so true. And so I know with Beth and I, this is so funny. She would like wind up. So first of all, I'm a morning person.
Yes.
Like
I'm
last
actually morning
night,
too, but-
I went to bed. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Last night I went to bed at 2:45 in the morning, and I'm usually asleep by 9:10.
Yeah.
Like, so last
5
night
hours
was
later.
kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I noticed that Bethany would want to talk about money stuff like right around 9 or 9:30 when I am tapped, tired. I can't make a good decision after 9 o'clock. Personally, I can't make a good financial decision after 8 o'clock. You get me in the morning when I'm sharp, no problem. After 8 o'clock, forget about it. So I think when we think of our timing, we have to remember, what does our spouse's clock look like? Are they, if they're a night person and that's when they're going and that's when their energy is up and that's when their creativity is up, talk about it at night. If it's me, you're safe. Your safe zone is between 5. Well, I usually get around 4:30 a.m. Between 4:30 and 6 o'clock, I'm great to talk to.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
timing. Remember the timing.
So the other thing is if you could talk to the person and say, you know what, I don't want to talk about money all the time because I know that bothers you.
Like ongoing.
Right, ongoing.
Too much.
So if you talk about the timing of when you want to do it, honey, let's just sit down once a month. That's all I ask is once a month. And we sit down. Now, we have put together a system called the Money Huddle. It is awesome. It's 45 minutes.
We use the Money Huddle on ourselves.
Right, exactly. It is so awesome. So learn more about that inside of our Love and Money system. It's awesome. Or also too, in addition to that, it's also in our book, The 5 Money Personalities. But at any rate, schedule once a month and talk to your spouse about this. We're just going to talk seriously about money once a month. I don't want to talk about it all the time. And in order to not talk about it all the time, if I have a one time a month that I know we're going to, and I can expect that, then that will really ease my anxiety.
It takes away the tension.
It does. It is.
And as you're thinking through the week, if you're like, oh, I want to talk to her about this, or I want to talk to him about this, and then basically you put yourself in a position to say, hey, listen, we're going to, I can write this down, put it on a sticky, put it in my daytimer so you can actually talk about it during the Money Huddle.
Exactly. The other thing that's kind of fun too is always do something a little fun afterwards. If you say, okay, honey, after the kids go to bed on the first Wednesday of every month, let's just have that be our money time. And I'm going to kind of bring some things to you and we're going to talk them out and all that. But afterwards, let's make a nice dinner together. Something fun that's like romantic or fun that just ends the whole experience on an up note. And because that's super important too. So we just think that's important. Okay, so today we're talking about 3 ways to get your spouse interested in the finances. And the first one is your approach, super important. The second one is your timing. Timing is everything. And the third one, honey, your topics.
Right.
That's right, your topics. So create and this is another area to be proactive on.
Right.
Start with your first money conversations being around goals and being around needs. Fun things that you want to put into place when it comes to your money. And let each of you talk. What are some things that you would like to see? What are some things that I would like to see? Make it fun. So it's not this drudgery thing. If you want to get your spouse interested in finances, you can't talk dollars and cents every time. It's going to drive them nuts.
And one of the huge things too is create the plans and the budgets together.
Yes.
I can't tell you how many couples that we counsel, and one person comes in with a budget and says, well, look at this budget, it's perfect. And the other one's looking at them like, I'm not following that budget.
Yeah.
And then all this conflict and all this. So when you're thinking about your money approach with your spouse, make sure that you're making these decisions together. If you're both invested in the plan or budget, it will work. And I hate the word budget. I hate it so much. I refer to our budget as a cash flow worksheet, because that's how much I hate the word budget. But the reality is, when we're both on the same page, it goes smooth. When we're not on the same page, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, so like, for example, we were going out to eat a lot. And so a lot. And it was just health-wise, that's not necessarily good either. But it was like, you know what? Okay, let's get into an agreement about how many times we're going to eat out and how many times we're going to eat in. And we've been doing so much better since we've talked about that, because there's a huge money component to going out to eat. And it was just getting wasteful. Yeah. So that's an example of how we did it. Now, last, we want to talk about the money personalities and how important it is to bring, when you're talking about your topics of what you're going to talk about, it's fulfilling all 4 of the money personalities inside of your relationship. And I'll just give you a quick example. So I am a spender risk taker. So what that means is that I love to spend money, I love to give gifts, but I like to do things that are different. Yeah. Okay. Scott, on the other hand, he's a primary spender, secondary security seeker. So he loves to spend money, he loves to give gifts, but he also needs a plan. And so inside of when we start talking about money, we're going to add, for me, something that's a little different. Like, let's make sure this month we go to a not a movie, but a show. There's something different. Okay, let's make sure that we put that into the plan. And then for Scott, it's just making sure we have a plan. Yeah. Because
making sure everything's lining up with the money.
Exactly. I like to be a little bit more spur of the moment, but he needs the plan.
Nope.
So using those money personalities, we also love to talk about giving. You know, what organizations are we giving to? How much to church this month? Blah, 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 blah. We like to talk about that because that's something that is appeases both of our money personalities. So we make sure that we always add that into our conversations
Absolutely.
each month. So really, really important stuff. And we are so thankful that you are with us today. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know. We are really glad that you were here.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next week.
Absolutely. And
as
as always,
always,
make it happen.